You know, what Storm Chasers means to me is when things really hit the fan and you just don't know how to navigate that or what to do. Having some friends, supportive allies there to back you up.
I was very stressed out, and I was not reaching out at all. I was basically doing everything. My wife had a broken back and a serious diagnosis of multiple myeloma.
There's times where you're just stretched too thin, there's too many things to do. So having Jax around to help out with, you know, I remember Mark with his chainsaw helping us out with the backyard, and, you know, other people just coming over on a Friday to, you know, have a bonfire and socialize. It's just a lot of opportunities that we've got to get that support. We've been very appreciative of it.
The offer by Jax was made to, you know, they offered to come over and have a barbecue for over at our house with our family members, and I jumped at it.
We're getting together at Mike's for sort of a circle the wagons, Storm Chaser kind of event, and you know, again, cleared my calendar. It's about being there for another human being, but it's also a way to sort of give back to the community that's been super supportive of my journey.
Well, when the Storm Chasers from Jax came to my house, that was probably the worst time of my life. The guys came over and everyone socialized with the family members, and we spent, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours, and I tell you what, out of all the days of those 3 weeks, and 2 months before, I had been so stressed out, so anxious. I sometimes felt like I was having a heart attack, and that was the only day and the only next morning that I did not feel stressed. So it meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I feel like I always had the support that I needed because my close family and friends would show up and they'd be around whenever I needed them to be around. But as far as like when I was in the ICU and I was numb to everything, like I just couldn't even, I could do nothing but survive at that point. I was in survival mode. I could not do anything else. And that is like the perfect time for like a Storm Chaser situation to come in and be there for Chris, who, you know, is a lot more social than I am and would really like need and appreciate something like that.
I mean, I had a great time. I enjoyed it, and I know my family members who had been under a lot of stress and had been helping out a lot. I mean, they had been my team and my rock, really, and they were able to have a nice evening with the Jax guys, and so I would say that was like, you know, that was a light for me. The thing that makes joy and tears possible at a Storm Chasers event is that the people who put on the gathering, the barbecue, they're, you know, Jax members from the Jax community, and they can relate to exactly what the family is going through right then. They came and they understood what me and other family members were going through.
I felt that it was so nice to have people that cared about you and were there to support you and take your mind really off of the situation.
How I see the Storm Chasers, I remember standing at the end of the driveway as Kyle and the other Jax were leaving, and I said, based on the event that you put on tonight at our house, this has to be a template for something that Jax does. And I phrased it as like an emergency response team for somebody who is in critical need, like I was.
It could have a lot of impact for our Jax community and for community of volunteers, community of donors, and also just sort of the public at large.
I've never seen an organization like this that is, you know, so right there for you.
I think it's a great program, and I'm glad that it's being pursued because it meant a lot. It really meant a lot.